Hi Sagar, what a sudden surprise.
Yes, this is sudden surprise to me also.
Welcome back to our channel. We are the Pageant Gurus, and as you can guess by the header of this episode, is Miss Universe going down the drain? I mean, we have got so many controversies going on with Anne since she took over. Guru and I cannot understand where to begin because every day we hear something new with the brand. We hear new products. We hear now an age inclusion, which is all ages. Oh my God, how on earth is this even possible? Everybody's talking about it. So naturally, Guru and I have our opinions to share as well. So, Guru, why don't you start and, well, tell us what we have. How are we going to handle it?
Emma, I just don't know where to start. We started off with such good promise of having a new ownership, but it's gone down, 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 down the drill. And as you said, is it a force for good or it's force for goodbye for good? It's just a bit too much, too many knee-jerk reactions.
Yeah.
In 1 year, it's not been even a year since she's taken over, and we were promised the legacy, but I believe she's forgotten who the true fans are and what they really want.
Yeah.
When we talk of Miss Universe experiences, $15,000. I'm sorry, fans are, and especially with this age limit. Well, how does one even compete? What's going to be the criteria? It's important that when you work with a brand which is more than 70 years old, you understand that you don't make such radical shifts with it.
Absolutely.
It has to be piecemeal. It has to be evolutionary. What she's gone ahead with something being revolutionary, and it's certainly not paying dividends. I have not heard from any majority or any minority saying that what's happening all across with the brand per se is positive. Unfortunately, there are pockets where things are right. It's good. It's probably the way it should be eventually. But then do it the right way. Do it slow and steady wins the race here. I just feel it's a bit just too much. It's a bit overwhelming. And it's a bit confusing as well. When we talk of no age limits, and I think that's where it kind of flipped my lid. How does one even compete? What's the criteria? We've all gone through exams. It's like a job interview. But we know what are we waiting or what are we trying to work towards? What's the syllabus of this? If there's a swimsuit round, how do you expect a 70-year-old woman to be in high heels when there's a Chinese laundry brand of shoes that's going to sponsor this? Will she be wearing a bikini, a burkini, or she would just cover herself up in a t-shirt, in jeans and walk?
Exactly.
How does it,
I mean, it's so funny.
Who is the role model here? We've come to a stage, okay, now it's about women. As long as it's 18 years old, why 18 years old as well? Who said a 17-year-old woman cannot, or girl, is not qualified enough to shake or change the world? We've seen Greta, who has gone, at important forums and made her presence felt. There are teen pageants as well. Why not teenagers be included as well? It's just going to be ever expanding. And rather than expanding, I feel it's diluting. I think that's the word. Rather than saying it's including, then include everyone. It's like a metro. You please have everyone include. Then why leave out the men as well? I can make a change, a positive change in my community as much as any woman can. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I agree with you about the fact that, I mean, it's starting at what, $6,500 for a fan to go to Miss Universe and watch the pageant. It's ridiculous. It's an insult on the fans. You got to understand who these fans are. They are regular people like us. They cannot afford this. They've been watching pageants since they have, like, they've been teenagers and they've grown old. And we have so many pageant bloggers that are senior and, well-known pageant bloggers who have spent all their lives following pageants. You make it ridiculous for them to even, get, you make it ridiculous for them to like Miss Universe anymore. You've created so many issues and you have messed it up. You've jumbled it up and it's a complete hodgepodge altogether. None of it makes sense. Your products don't make sense. Your logics don't make sense. Your criteria don't make sense. And you are not making any sense. You're only satisfying your investors, which seem to be losing faith in you. And we're seeing that. And I'm not sure how you're going to pull off El Salvador. I think it's going to be an absolute disaster. And I think, Anne, you have actually destroyed Miss Universe. I am shocked that it's come to this. I just want to see, like Guru, like you said, I mean, you have 17-year-old cutoff, and then you have 80-year-olds competing. Can they wear high heels if they have had a hip replacement surgery? Are they going to wear high heels? Or if they're going to come with crutch, with a crutch or a walking stick, and are they going to get preferences for coming on stage with a walking stick? What the hell are you doing? I mean, oh my God, please, you got to understand the industry. This is the beauty industry. This is the fashion industry. There are specific age cutoffs for every aspect of it, whether it's in music industry or the fashion industry, the beauty, cosmetic industry, even cosmetics. You have age creams that are for certain age group, right? So why would this be all jumbled up together? It does not make any sense. You have to segregate it. And here's the thing, like you said, there are a lot of vloggers, beauty pageant vloggers, who are absolutely discriminating the bikini. Why? I'm sorry, why? Why can't we include the bikini? Why can't we include Middle Eastern women? They are gorgeous, they're intelligent, they can nail it. This is where I'm concerned about, Guru. We have some amazing contestants coming from the bikini zones, like people want to call it. Will they be judged fairly? I don't think so. I don't think so. And this is where I'm concerned about, is this going to be a fair game? I don't think Miss Universe is a fair game anymore. And that's where my concern is.
Any change, if you really want to see the impact of it, what it does to the overall picture, do it piecemeal. I just feel there's just too many changes. At least see what impact having married women does on the pageant. See it for a couple of years. How many women actually come forth? Because, having children and being able to do a Miss Universe role is not easy. You might have opened the doors, but then are the women forthright or not? So it's you've opened the doors, but we'll also have to see whether those women would want to come forth as well. So yes, any woman can come, but then will an 80-year-old woman actually apply? Is she feeling the confidence enough for her to apply just because Miss Universe has opened the doors? Second, at the national level, every country would want to send their best representative to Miss Universe. Would they take a chance and then get someone who, may not be the best person to represent their country when other countries are choosing in a different way? So there'll be a lot of dynamics that will play for any of these to actually take place. But I feel a sensible organization that wants to protect its brand sets the rules. If you've just opened the gates for everyone, you're just inviting any and everyone to come in. Where are the quality standards then? How do you judge? Are you going to say that, okay, I want someone who is well educated, has a degree? If she wants to speak on women empowerment, she should be a person who's done her, mass comm or does diploma, that she can speak well. What is the criteria? Is it that you're going to adjudicate her on her, passion projects? Is there how much of fundraising she has done in her country? What is the criteria? There has to be some benchmark. You can't say anyone who's an adult woman can participate. It's so vague. Even women who were earlier very focused on the fact that, this is my age, this is my time to shine. I will put in all my effort to make sure that I'm able to deliver during this time period. Whereas they can always say, okay, I have another year, I have another year, I have another year. That is one more consideration. Never be too old to study, to get into pageants, but then take it the other way, being the devil's advocate. If you know that you can always appear for your class 10th exam, would you have actually appeared for your class 10th exam when you were, say, 14? You'd always say, okay, I can again give it. I'm just a bit confused.
I want to ask you one thing. Okay, whatever the criteria is she's put up, for whatever reasons, I feel there's an ulterior motive behind it. Are these contestants who are not the regular age criteria, are they going to pay something to get in? Because you have that in Mrs. India. You can go straight to being a finalist after paying a certain amount, and that certain amount is so far is categorized as your training to the final show. So I can pay like 2 lakhs and I can enter Mrs. India, and I'm a finalist. That means I will be on the show and I will be judged amongst everybody else, but I will be trained with this. And somebody who pays 6 lakhs will get a little extra training with catwalk and a more, let's say, more personalized training. That's what Mrs. India does. Mrs. India Inc. does. Is this going to be the same for Miss Universe? Because I think she is going to think of making money.
You're opening up Pandora's box.
It is a
So if
Pandora's
you
box
look
because
even
I
in
think
Miss Diva, even if you look at Miss Diva, there are many pageant and finishing schools. Like there are many. I won't name few, but we've seen that there are few of such institutes where girls who actually go through that entire training and pay and whatever. We've seen them in the top 10 many times.
Yeah, they do.
So we've seen consistently certain, training and finishing school women are actually
guaranteed
ending
spots.
up being there.
Yeah, they're guaranteed spots in the finalists that you are
But
going
one
to be
can never say, but it is that, girls from our institute get there and they are getting there. So it's just another racket. So it's an interesting point. We'd love to know what our viewers would like to think about this, because this opens definitely a big population of women who were never earlier qualified.
Yeah.
But now, with being the power of money or finances, they can go neck and neck up. So there could be a whole capitalistic view on this as well.
Anything with Anne, money is involved. Anything with Anne, it is just about how she can gain, because she is in losses. It is made news. And I think we know that she's trying. She cannot give up on this pageant. This is her brand that she set up, and she's got a lot of products under that umbrella. So she has to make it work. Oh, it's going to be hell for her. So
but where are the products, Emma? Where are the products?
They've just been launched and they're not yet manufactured. The water was launched almost a year ago. We still haven't seen it. The creams, still haven't seen it. We have just seen prototypes. Of these things. We have only seen the aircraft that she bought. We're not even sure. I'm sure that jet's been used for her personal work or whatever. But then this is all her way of, I would say she's a businesswoman. I wouldn't say she's a wise one, because she's making ridiculously stupid decisions over here. And I think it's going to blow up in her face. It's going to blow up big time. And I said this, I think about maybe 20, 30 episodes before, that it will blow up in her face. And I keep seeing it. I wouldn't be surprised if this happens. So guys, what do you guys think about this? A lot of vloggers have their own
views about
it. Yeah.
We have 2 months. We'll see what the El Salvador show is all about. I think that will be the make or break moment for Anne. If there is any glitch there, if we don't see quality standards as were promised, international coming in just about a month's time. So there'll be huge expectations once that gets rolled out. And within 3 weeks of that, Miss Universe comes in. And then we have Miss World as well. So I just feel there's too much of anxiety, there's too much of competition, and it's driving her to take decisions which, and once you open the door, again, pulling back would be even worse.
Yeah.
You suddenly can't say now, well, no longer applicable. One can only increase or become more liberal. But if you've been very focused, you look at all our, all top brands, be it Rolex, be it Hermes, how do they maintain the sanctity of their brand? They need to make sure that you test it very, very gently, especially when you have, more than 2 million subscribers on YouTube. You have more than 5 or 6 million customers on Instagram. It's not something that, you're testing out the brand, and you bought it for its legacy. I can still be okay with the products and everything, but now you've made changes to the competition as well. And it's not been a year since you've taken over.
How is that going to impact it at
Sorry,
this
you were
point?
saying
I think it's null and void at this point because all the winners have been announced. So we know who's going to already compete from these zones, from these countries. As of this point, nothing much can be changed because I'm sure it's too late for any other country to take on new contestants, to have the show again. I think it's all set and done now. And it's like after everybody is probably announced, only next year will we actually know how much of this is going to come into place. So
Yeah.
let's say Liva Miss Diva, we have 50-year-olds, 80-year-olds coming in, men, women, all of them, monkeys, gorillas, all of them. And then what? Because then you'll see, who does Liva Miss Diva allow a winner? Sure, you can compete, but are we giving you the crown? That's another tricky, read between the lines. It's a read between the lines thing for me. It's just giving you all the...
I think it's trying to appease the overall view of that pageants are very much relevant in today's time. But at the same time, you know that it's not going to really change. So you've opened the doors, but I know the back door the backdoor entry is again to the people who they feel will represent them as per the conventional beauty standards. Same thing happened, for example, even though trans women were allowed in 2012, it's only in 2018 that the first trans woman was able to make it on the Miss Universe stage. So it will take a while, though not exactly. If you look at Colombia this year, you look at Guatemala this year, both of them are married women and moms. So it's caught up very quickly. And we saw Veena as well participate this time. And we also had Zuchobeni, who was engaged. So married women are lapping it up. So that could be another way of making quick money. That, you open more entries will come in.
If you look at the announcement, very ambiguous. It's just like, no age limit. Yeah. What are the norms? What are the conditions? What are the clauses, the rules and regulations? So that we don't know, because there will be a fee. Trust me, women, you want to go around compete, there will be a fee to enter in these contests. And has to be, because that's how Anne does it. It's ridiculous that she's going to just say, oh, you know what, everyone's welcome. We'll see next year how many from our own zone.
But is there health considerations as well? Will there be health considerations that if suppose? Because if they say, if the winner cannot...
Guru, you know how rigorous it is. These girls have to wake up in the morning. They are training. They are competing. They're barely eating. They're barely sleeping. And the makeup. You think a 60-year-old woman is going to do that? I can't do that with my fibromyalgia. I'll be like, if anyone wakes me up at 9 o'clock, I'll throw something at their head. I mean, come on, if I was to compete, I'd be like, don't bloody wake me up till 10 o'clock. That's going to be me. You're telling me a 70-year-old is going to compete at these rigorous training and this, and the stressful... I mean, you've seen it in Miss Grand. They're like starving. Her Naz, I mean, I know how much pressure these women go through. And there'll be heart attacks. One walk and there'll be a heart attack on the ramp. I mean, come on. What? It's not real.
True.
It's a gimmick.
No, because they also say, if the winner cannot, fulfill their duties, the first runner-up, so they'll always... there'll be easier way to, get a second.
The Miss Universe legal department is going to have a hell of a job to do if a 70-year-old comes on stage. It's not
or
that
even
easy.
For that matter, a mother happens. What happens to the child? Are they going to relocate? The entire family is going to be there in Bangkok or in the US? What will happen during that time?
These clauses, these legal documentation to every category, every age, every scenario, every aspect of life. You can't.
I think nothing of this is drafted. This is more aspirational.
Yeah,
this is more aspirational just to create headlines. We've seen every 2 or 3 months there's a headline that's coming.
Yeah,
there's just a headline coming. Just to keep them in the news. Earlier she was there in the face. In every pageant she used to come.
Announce the first ever Miss Universe private jet today. So we have the presentation on the screen from now on. You can see that. Whenever the Miss Universe, when you travel, You're gonna have your own private jet to go everywhere in the world.
First ever Miss Universe private jet today.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
That has stopped if you've noticed.
Yeah.
Earlier, she used to go to every pageant and give long speeches. Now,
Not
ever
giving
since she knows that, the money isn't coming, she stopped traveling. And now these sudden news started, coming in that we are doing this, we are doing that. Earlier, she was there out and out talking to people. I see that vanishing. So definitely, it's not the best of times because she's overpromised and not delivering. So tough times,
Get
but
the
I'm
water
hopeful that
out,
at least
yeah.
we have a good
Yeah,
pageant.
seriously, promise the one thing that you've yapped about, the one thing that you get that out. Let me buy the bottle
Yeah.
of water, then I'll believe you with all the other 100 billion nonsense you've been telling us just to get just to get people talking about you. It's all a marketing gimmick. It's all a gimmick. It's not going to happen. It's ridiculous. She cannot pull it off. She cannot pull off a bottle of water. You think she can pull off something like this? No way. Trust me on that. It's just a gimmick. It's all going to fizzle out. And trust me, Leave Miss Diva itself in our own zone will not allow a winner like that. Trust me on it. Okay, it'll be bloodshed if it happens because we know how hard these girls are working. Young girl, what if a young girl just out of college, I mean, has so much of uh, what's that word? I'm not getting the right word, but she has so much of capabilities to win it all the way. You're gonna stop her because an 80-year-old has come? Oh, no. Not gonna happen. Gimmick. Don't fall for it. Let her launch the water. Here's the thing, guys. If you guys are watching, let Anne Jakapong, whatever her name is, launch the bottle of water first. Then we'll believe her with all the other billions things she said. Okay? So don't fall for that. Marketing gimmick as of now. And I don't think we should lose our sleep over it because I've seen a lot of vloggers losing the sleep over it. And that's what she wants. She's getting airtime. We're speaking about her. We're tagging her. We're bringing her up in the limelight. We're giving her free publicity by yapping about her. Ignore her. Get the water out, Anne. Hashtag, where's the water, Anne? Okay. This is what we need to do. No one's seen anything. So it's all about havabazi. You know what we say? Havabazi in India? It's all havabazi. It's all gas. It's all gas as of now. So, yeah,
Okay.
that's what I think.
Guys, we'd love to listen to you. What do you think about this? Is this a gimmick? Do you think this holds promise? Do you think it's just a farce? Is it too much for her? Is the sentiment? We'd love to know. So please do write, do subscribe, like, share, give us your comments, give us your feedback, because that's what makes our channel so interesting for us. We love listening to all your feedback and comments. And don't forget, after this, we're coming with a very interesting surprise. So stay tuned. Emma, what next?
Well,
All set.
we've got a special surprise coming up in a couple of days, and it's all but you guys are gonna see us, and so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for updates on Instagram. Follow us. Hit the bell button to be notified on upcoming videos. And some surprises coming up for you very soon. So to engage with us, let us know what you think about this entire fiasco of Anne in general. Let us know what you think, if you agree or you disagree with us. So take care and have a wonderful week ahead. And we've got some amazing episodes coming up for you. So this was an emergency that we had to do with a news flash from Pageant Gurus. And well, there you go. So well, that's it for us. It's pretty late where we are. So it's Shivratri.
Bye. Namaste. Good night. Sleep tight. Bye.
Mwah.